Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. When I saw this, the title of the next article, I was very, I don't want to say optimistic, but I was, finally some good news here. But then about, I don't know, a fraction of a second later, I said, okay, where's the catch? And there is a catch. And the catch actually nullifies the statement. This article comes from Sputnik. It is from today, the 25th of November 2022. And this is the title, the headline, okay? Kiev not against peace negotiations with Moscow, says Ukrainian foreign minister. I think his name is Kuleba. And I was like, wow, isn't that fantastic? And then within a second, I was thinking there must be a catch that will probably nullify the statement. So it's like, let's go and read it and see. We can talk about it in a minute. Kiev has no objection to negotiations with Russia, Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba said on Friday. Well, isn't that extraordinary? I think it is. But let's see the details. And I'm quoting, Ukraine is not against negotiations. President Volodymyr Zelensky at the G20 summit spoke about world peace and expressed the will to achieve it, the minister said in an interview with the French newspaper Le Parisien. For the talks to happen, here is where the catch is. For the talks to happen, Russia should stop confusing negotiations with an ultimatum. And I was like, okay, well, I agree with that. Let's see what are the details. Kuleba said, and now says this, adding that no Western leader, including French President Emmanuel Macron, would be able to push Ukraine to negotiate against its interest. That's very, very nice, very, very fair. I think it would be very fair. But do you consider United States Western? In case you consider it Western, then that statement is false. Anyway, and I'm quoting again, a just peace begins with the full restoration of Ukraine's territorial integrity, the diplomat added. And here we go again. So on November 15th, Zelensky, in a video message to G20 summit, said that Kiev did not want to sign peace agreement that would be against Ukraine's interest and which Moscow would violate immediately after the conclusion. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov commented on Zelensky's statement, said his words absolutely confirm Kiev's unwillingness to negotiate. All right, I think we are big boys here and we can be allowed, and we are allowed, to comment and use our brains. So Kuleba says that a just peace, he wants a just peace. Now, how is a just peace? A just peace is something that should be viewed as just from both sides. Otherwise, it's just only for you and it's not just for the other side, and vice versa, correct? I mean, just is just. It's just, you can say, well, I'm a thief, actually I don't agree with justice because I was the guy involved in stealing. Well, I see that point of view as well. But in order for both sides, in a case of a thief, the thief is caught and cornered. Russia is not. If you consider Russia being the thief, Russia does not have to agree to anything. It's not caught by the police, is not locked somewhere, is not in front of a jury or a judge or prosecutors. Okay, it's not. So they're equal in their how should I put it, in their stand as Ukraine is. You can attach a negative connotation to Russia, and you can say Russia is guilty of invading and so on, but Russia denies that. And I think that the whole idea that Russia is guilty and everything was unprovoked and 100% is Russia's fault, I think that things are much more complex than that. And the things, I'm just trying to be diplomatic here. And there's a lot of other players who can share part of the guilt. All right? They know who they are. We know who they are. Okay? Now, he says here that he wants that it has to begin with a full restoration of Ukraine's territorial integrity. My question is, why now? Why now? This full restoration of the integrity of Ukraine was in what? 2020 in February 24th. So what happened before that? You could have negotiated right then under what you say now that you are open to negotiate. Who negotiated with Russia before that? Did you? Did United States negotiate? We saw how they negotiated with Russia, click, click, before the February 24th. So what's changed? So it can't be, a prerequisite for negotiations. It can't, because you had that before February 24th and you didn't. So then we saw that one. What changed? So they can't be. That fact negates your goodwill that you say you are expressing here. No, it must be more than that, because as I said, you had that in 2020 before Russia eventually started defending its people in the country that you were killing their people. If you want me to be straight, their people being Russian population living in Ukraine. Okay, that's the unprovoked reason why Russia, one of them, Russia intervened after 8 years. This country, this military of this country, the official military, was killing the minority, the Russian minority, within Ukraine's territorial integrity for 8 years. For 8 years. So your argument shows me, I think, that you're not actually eager and willing to negotiate. This is just one little way of postponing something, gaining something. Because if that would be, let's say, fulfilled to you, let's say Russia says, okay, man, we're going to be idiots enough, and we're going to, let's say they're idiots, and say, yeah, okay, we're going to do this. And they back off to the borders that were Ukraine's before. I don't even know if they want that or they want Crimea as well. Probably they want Crimea as well. Okay? But they didn't mention here Crimea, anything. It's just the borders, they restore the territorial borders. All right? Even if I say, I give you Crimea, do you think that the Ukrainians will not start demanding then again the next goalpost? Because that's what you do with children. Let's say you walk with the children back from, the store, and obviously the children are tired and start complaining that legs hurt and all that. What do? You try to get their brain, their mind out of what's going on here. You either tell them a story or you ask them questions, try to get their little brains to think about it. Point out the things, you give them a candy, and then the best way is to point out. See over there, that corner over there? Okay, that's almost home. So the child will see that and say, okay. So once they get over there, if they forgot, you can still walk with them a little while, and then it will be like, oh my God, you said, you said we're not almost home, and then you do it again. You see that corner over there? That's almost home. But you said that in the past. Well, I thought, and you start, lying yourself out of this situation. I thought this and I thought that, but that's the one. And again, you walk with the kid. You get that corner. Again, you hope the kid forgotten. You cover more land, and it's going to be again, hey, what's going on? You lied again, and you again lie, but you have to find different lies. So this is, I think, what the Ukrainians try to do with the Russians. Hey, once you vacate all the territory, our integrity, our territory, that is very disputable, that's yours, that was yours, is yours, and will be yours, since the Russians are living over there, and that land Crimea was Russian and so on. So, let's put it aside. I don't think that after they will given that, let's say the Russians are kids, the Ukrainians will not show the next corner. Yes, now, in order for us to negotiate, you have to give us about $300 billion for reconstruction. Okay? And then we're going to negotiate. And then Russians say, okay. And after that, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to ask for something more? Okay, why don't you hand over the list of these people that we deemed as being terrorists, criminals of war, and so on, which Putin or... And that's not negotiation. That is Ukraine achieving its goals without negotiating. And after it works like this with those corners and the new goalposts, pop, they got, let's say, 7 things accomplished, and then say, we don't even need to negotiate anymore because we got everything accomplished before the negotiation. Fuck you, bye-bye, thank you very much. So, what do you think? I think that's a way of negotiating. No, we're open, but first you have to accomplish everything we want without negotiation. Really? I mean, I met people and I read books. And this sounds very familiar with certain kind of people, okay? And I think they're employing that kind of method of negotiation, or better put, fooling you around, or fooling you, not fooling you around. It might mean something else. Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. They don't want to negotiate. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth.